Atlas V launches with SBIRS GEO-4.
T-minus 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. We have ignition and liftoff of the United Launch Alliance Atlas V rocket carrying the 4th space-based infrared system for the United States Air Force.
United Launch Alliance's Atlas V has launched on her 75th flight, lofting the SBIRS GEO-4, a missile early warning satellite. Following a scrub on Thursday, Friday's attempt was issue-free, launching at the opening of the window at 19:48 Eastern Time. SBIRS GEO-4 is the 4th geostationary satellite in the Space-Based Infrared System (SBIRS), a constellation of satellites that use infrared sensors to detect and track missile launches. Replacing the Defense Support Program, a fleet of satellites that began watching for missile launches in the 1960s. SBIRS is designed to provide the United States with advance warning of an enemy nuclear strike, while also allowing the country to monitor other missile and rocket launches around the world. In addition to its geostationary satellites, SBIRS also uses sensors mounted aboard satellites in highly elliptical orbit. Piggybacked on the National Reconnaissance Office's Trumpet-class signals intelligence satellites, these SBIRS GEO sensors provide additional observations of Earth's polar regions, which are less visible from geostationary orbit. SBIRS was also to have incorporated satellites in low Earth orbit, SBIRS Low, however these were cancelled long before deployment was to have begun. The space tracking and surveillance system was developed instead, using hardware that had originally been built for SBIRS. As well as detecting missile launches, SBIRS is also used for intelligence gathering, helping to identify and characterize events that result in the emission of infrared radiation and to improve general battlefield awareness. The SBIRS GEO-4 satellite was constructed by Lockheed Martin. Based on the A2100M platform, it carries 2 infrared sensors. A scanning sensor which watches the full disk of the Earth for infrared events and a steering sensor to detect smaller short-range missiles which do not produce as much infrared radiation. The satellite has a mass of about 4,500 kilograms, 9,920 pounds, and is intended for a 12-year mission. GEO-4 was the 3rd geostationary SBIRS satellite to be built, Satellite Vehicle 3. Construction of the satellite was completed before it was required to launch, so the spacecraft was placed into storage. The US Air Force later opted to launch Satellite Vehicle 4 first as SBIRS GEO-3, saving the cost of putting the newly completed SV-4 into storage and additional testing that would be needed upon taking it back out. SBIRS GEO-4 will join the 3 existing geostationary satellites and 4 SBIRS GEO sensors in orbit. The previous geostationary satellites were deployed in May 2011, March 2013 and January 2017. 2 further GEO satellites, GEO-5 and GEO-6, were ordered in 2012 for launch in the early 2020s. United Launch Alliance performed the launch using an Atlas V rocket. The launch took place from Space Launch Complex 41, SLC-41, at the Cape Canaveral Air Force Station on Florida's Space Coast. United Launch Alliance began 2018 with the launch of the NROL-47 reconnaissance satellite, now designated USA-281 atop a Delta IV a week ago. The company's next launch will be of an Atlas 5541 with GOES-S at the beginning of March.
Pyro valve has been fired. Now throttling to maintain 4.6 Gs. Blue space cooldown's complete, and we have MECO. We have stage separation. Oxygen fuel pre-start on the RL-10. GN2 purge firing is underway. We have ignition and full thrust on the RL-10. And we have payload fairing jettison. Indications are a good jettison.